Mariners fans, how you guys doing? I feel like Mariner fans might be some of the best in baseball. And I say this because they got their ass whipped tonight. Bad. And I didn't see one angry fan. Not one. Not one angry fan. Just a whole bunch of really sad ones. This is the Hold My Ball podcast. In a world of fans that demand things out of their players, Yankee fans, we demand this. We demand that you play this way. And if you're not doing it, we're going to let you know about it. How about them apples? But these Mariners fans, man, they got their asses whipped tonight. 13-4. The Jays put up 18 hits, 700 home runs. And the fans were crying and sad. They were not mad. They were down by 10 in the 8th inning, and they had a bunch of shoes on top of their heads to rally the troops for a hopeful 11-run rally with 4 outs to go. I mean, are these the best fans in baseball? They just haven't been in the spotlight at all, so you didn't get to see it unless you're from Seattle. But geez, man, how nice to just have a team that supports you through the lows and then really goes through it with you during the highs. The place was electric in the first. I mean, electric. I'll tell you that much. Bottom one, Randy Arozarena walks. You can't walk a guy. Cal Raleigh flies out. Randy Arozarena steals second. Julio Rodriguez hits a absolute tank to left field. 2-0. Bottom one, electric. Shane Bieber, he's not going to get out of the third inning at this rate. Unbelievable. The place, they're blowing the roof off the place. You know? And then you give up 13 runs and you're down 13-4, and they're just sad. They're not mad. They're not booing any pitchers. They're not doing any of that. They're just sad. That's what I think fans should be. We want to see our team win. This is awesome. Our team is not winning. This is sad. This is Mentos gum. I think I really love the Mariners. That's what I think. I love them. But not much to talk about with them tonight. We will touch on Cal Raleigh because he became the first player in Major League Baseball history to hit 60-plus home runs or 60 home runs or more in a season and then proceed to hit 3 or more home runs in the playoffs. Never been done before, which is really kind of crazy when you think about it. But then again, if you think about how many guys have hit 60 home runs in a season, not that many. So it isn't exactly crazy, but it is history. And we love to acknowledge history on this show because this is the Hold My Ball podcast. And we acknowledge when things are done for the first time or maybe the third time or even the 10th time for a sport that's been around since the 1800s. Good for Cal Raleigh. He has shown up. He's shown up this playoffs. I think. And I think he's shown up in the way that he did all season, which is you're going to get the strikeouts. You're not going to get a high average. You'll get some clutch bombs. You'll get some home runs. You'll get some extra base hits. I think he's done exactly what Cal Raleigh did all season. He's doing it in the playoffs. And it's why the Mariners are in a good spot because they have a very good team with a guy like Cal Raleigh behind the dish. There's a lot to it, but I do like the Mariners team. Now, the Jays team, I said it after game 2 when they were licking their wounds. The night after game 2, I said, I see this going just like the Jays did to the Yankees. They smoked them in 2 games. And then in the third game of a 5-game series, the Yankees put it on them. They put it on them. And you thought for a minute, maybe, just maybe, the Yankees are back. They're not. They weren't. The Yankees were not back. They weren't even close. I said, this is what I think is going to happen. I think the Jays are going to show up and rear their head of their bats, and people are going to go, that's right. That's who these guys were against the Yankees. That's who they were all season. I just don't think it's going to be good enough. I really don't. I think what the Mariners have is special, number one. I think their pitching staff is very good, number two. I think their offense is very good, number three. I think their defense can play defense, number four. And number five, like I said it, their temperature. They're running hot. They're hot. They're hot. They're hot. It's hard to beat anybody 3 games in a row in Major League Baseball. Anybody. You threw George Kirby out there. And if you know Kirby, you know he's good for 7 innings of 1 run and 10 Ks. Or every now and then, he's good for 3 innings, 5 runs, getting shelled around the yard. Tonight, it was the latter. He got hit. He wasn't good. He wasn't the Kirby they were hoping was going to roll out there. And what can you do? Faced a good hitting team, made a few mistakes. I'm sure he'd be the first one to tell you. Left too many balls over the plate. They got fucking crushed. I met George Kirby. I like him a lot. Good dude. I think what happens here is Seattle brushes that off. Toronto uses it as momentum. I should say tries to use it as momentum. But after the first 2 games, I think it takes more than 1 game of blowing somebody out to get that kind of momentum back. And I just think the Mariners are going to finish this thing in 5. It's just how I feel. I might be right. I might be wrong. I think there's something special about him. But we got to talk about Vladdy. Can't get, I mean, this guy's postseason he's having is absolutely unbelievable. Unbelievable. A triple away from the cycle today. 2 doubles, a single, a bomb. The guy he's very, very good. And what I like to see about this is he got paid. He got paid coming into this year. He got paid fat. And every single time that happens, somebody goes out and underperforms based off what they got paid. Vladdy got paid to bring championships. And in the games that matter, in the playoffs, right here, right now, he's showing up and he's performing. And it's beautiful to see a dude get paid and then show up and actually do what the fuck he got paid for. You know what I'm saying? And I know I probably sound angry, like I'm thinking about somebody that's paid too much. No, I'm not. And I'm not biased either. I'll point to my hat, Dodger hat. First guy right now that comes to mind, not getting paid to do what they're supposed to be doing in playoffs, Shohei Ohtani. Number 1, numero uno. Ichi. I learned when I was young how to count to 10 in Japanese. Ichi ni san yan go roku shichi haji kuju. There you go. That's 10. You want to do it again? Ichi ni san yan go roku shichi haji kuju. That's learning something new on this podcast every time you stroll in here. And the thing that you're probably learning that is new is some stat that I thought was right and it's not. And I'm just putting it out there and you're like, yeah, fact check me. Okay. Do I have notes here? Do you see notes? No. Do you see anything? No. There's a computer to my left that just has the recording coming out of this microphone into it. That's all. I try to be the everyday guy out here recapping things I saw. And it was a good game. I mean, it was fun to watch. But it gets boring at a point when one team's hammering another. But the Blue Jays showed a true sign of life. And for whatever reason, I just can't get behind them like I can get behind the Mariners. On the other end, you got the Dodgers. Dodgers are playing tomorrow, today. You'll be seeing this. I do this every episode. I'm filming it after the game tonight, but it's late. So I just watched the Mariners game. Tomorrow, when you're watching this, today, the Dodgers are playing. So are the Mariners. The Dodgers have the 3 o'clock PST time, Pacific Standard Time. I think they win again. I don't think the Brewers have anything that it takes to beat them. I just don't. The pitching is too good. It's so good that you have to leave the yard in order to beat them. And I don't say you need home runs, but stringing 3 hits together in an inning, against pitchers who are pitching the way they're pitching right now, which is they're not walking anybody. They're not giving you an inch. You have to get out ahead of these pitchers. You got to get them early in the count. The Brewers are not a team that normally jumps out and tries to get you early. They're selective. They're top in the league in selectiveness. Whatever the hell that means. Stat I just made up. They're top in the league in taking pitches. I don't know. Whatever you want to say. They get deep into counts. They tax pitchers. But when pitchers are as good as Yamamoto was and Snell was, your only option is to get out in front and hit something early in the count, because any count that is not in your favor is heavily in the other pitcher's favor because they're the best in the world. And now they got Glasnow today. They got Ohtani tomorrow. What are you supposed to do? I don't think the Brewers have what it takes, because it's not just having to out-hit them. It's not just having to hit their pitchers that are unbelievable. It's having to also out-hit their lineup that's unbelievable. Not going to happen. Not going to happen if you're the Brewers and you're 25th or 28th in the league in home runs. They're like 116 home runs or 160 home runs on the season. You play 162 games. It's not going to cut it. It's just not. So the Brewers, I'm not going to say it, but I'll say it. They're done. Dodgers head into the World Series to face the Mariners, because the Jays are also done. And the Mariners, my friends, are good, and they're going to pose a threat. They're going to jump right after whoever they play. I'm telling you right now, this is going to go five games. Dodgers series is going to go 4, possibly 5. But these two teams are going to be rested, fresh, ready to go in a World Series that just is just going to be oozing nostalgia. The Mariners and the Dodgers, it's the best possible situation. The Jays, not the best possible situation. The Brewers, not the best possible situation. The best possible situation is the Mariners and the Dodgers. And I hope we get it. I truly do. On another note, again, I don't have notes here. I don't have any notes. I did just see a thing here, and I want to touch on this. Mike Schildt has retired, quit, stopped coaching, stopped managing, I guess. I don't know if he'll come back. But since he did, a bunch of employees came out, coaching staff, whoever, and just said, this dude was kind of an asshole. He demanded a lot out of his staff. He demanded a lot out of the people. He would frequently berate them and yell at them and be pissed, and then turn around and walk into the clubhouse with a smile and act like everything's good, and did very little in controlling any of the culture of the Padres. He let him slide on things. He was a nice guy. He didn't create anything, is what I'm hearing, and I'd be curious to know. I'd be curious to maybe interview a Padre guy, even off the record, and not share it. I would just be very interested to know if that's the truth. Because, hold on. A manager's only job is to create the culture, to get your players, your individual players. You got to coach a baseball team as individually as possible. You have to. There is no, we do things this way, end of story, you buy in or you're out. Unless you're Bill Belichick and the Patriots. Unless you're the Dodgers, where, you know, that culture is something you want to be part of. You want to be part of that culture. It's a winning culture. They have the best players on the planet on their team, a whole bunch of them. You want to come in and go, whatever I got to do to help this team win. But when the manager is walking around and he lets the players do whatever they want, and I don't know if this is true. Again, there's a report that sounds pretty accurate. And I could see it with Schildt. I could see him being this kind of guy. You know, they said he didn't handle anything well that had any inkling of criticism towards him and decisions he makes. It makes sense to me. It adds up. It all adds up. The Padres have had talent. Sure. They've paid the money. Seidler tried, and I love it. I love what he tried to do and what I guess they're trying to continue to do in his absence. I don't think you have the right guy at the helm. And I hope they find the right guy. I hope the Padres find the right guy, because what they're doing deserves good, fun, deep playoff runs for the ownership, the players, and the fans. It just does. So I'm interested. I got to interview somebody that played for Schildt and really ask, what was he like? But if you don't build the culture, you're not going to build a winning team. That's the bottom line. I just wanted to say that, because I used to coach high school baseball. Same thing as big leagues, basically. You know what I mean? I'm no different than all these guys. At least I like to think I'm not. But I am. I'm very different. But the head coach of a high school team in me likes to think about these things and think about the culture you build, because what else is Schildt going to do? Is he going to go tell Machado how to field the ground ball? No. Is he going to tell him how to swing the bat? Absolutely not. Is he going to tell Tatis how to play right field? He's not. Is he going to tell any pitcher how to get better? He's not. The manager hires people for all that stuff and then creates the culture. So when you see a team that has a good culture and a team that is winning, like the Brewers, I think they got a great culture. The Mariners, I think they have a great culture. It appears to me that the Blue Jays have a great culture. Yankees didn't look like a great culture. Detroit looks like a great culture. Mets didn't look like a great culture. Phillies looked like a pretty good culture. Didn't work out for them. Who else we got? Rockies? I bet they might have actually a decent culture. They just don't have talent. Athletics, culture doesn't look great over there. Hasn't been for a long time. Looks better this year than it did. Who else we got? Texas Rangers? I think Bruce Bochy creates good culture. They just didn't have it. The Astros, how's that culture? Didn't look very good to me. It actually looked terrible. The second Framber Valdez crossed up his catcher on purpose and then didn't argue with him or didn't say my bad or nothing. That's a shitty culture. And it looked fucking bad. Ever since he did that, they just looked bad. So to me, this is maybe why I love the Mariners. I think they got something special going, and it's bigger than baseball. The Dodgers have the best players on the planet, and also they're the Dodgers, and they have a culture that's been created over the last 10 years with the same manager. There's consistency there. They have a bunch of good players. They added absolute superstars to a core of guys that have been there over 5 years. Freddie, close to 5 at least. Mookie, Will Smith, Kike Hernandez left for a little bit, but he's back. He is Dodgers. Max Muncy. These guys have a core, and they built this. Kershaw, can't forget Kershaw. These guys have a core of guys, and they built an amazing talent group around them with the same manager for 10 years. Name me a couple guys on the Padres that have been there over 5 years. I don't think you can. Machado, Tatis. I don't know who else. It's hard to say. They're trying. They bring in talent every year, but if you don't have the nucleus and somebody creating the culture in a consistent manner, I don't think you have much. I just don't. Anyways, there's my manager rant. As always, appreciate you guys being here. This podcast is somehow growing, and it's awesome to see. So every time you guys like it, comment, share, post, subscribe, whatever it is, just know that it makes me very happy, because I'd be doing this anyways, and knowing that you guys appreciate it, like it, enjoy it, makes me feel really good. So thank you very much. As always, this is the Hold My Ball podcast. We will be live streaming tomorrow for the Dodgers 3:00, where I believe they will be taking a 3-0 series lead into a possible sweep on Friday. If not, maybe they drop one with Ohtani on the mound and a bullpen extension. Maybe 6, 7, 8, 9 is a long time for these guys to hit the bullpen. And then they come back and they wrap the series up in Game 5. I think the over-under on the series is 4.5 games. What it should be. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Love y'all.